Welcome to Broadstairs Life. Welcome to Broadstairs Life, and today I'm sitting down with Jo. Now, Jo, you do something which is quite unique. So I think the best way to start is for you, tell us a little bit about yourself and what it is you do.
Okay, hello everybody. I am a local belly dance teacher, so I teach Egyptian belly dancing, and I also combine it with tapping or emotional freedom technique, and that's where you tap on acupressure points and you can speak affirmations and it will realign your energy and just get you into a really good space. In the Egyptian belly dance, it was originally, I think a lot of people used to think it was a dance for men, actually.
Right.
But traditionally, the roots of belly dance was very much a dance for women in community.
Oh, wow.
And it's a really lovely dance form where your body becomes the instrument, you respond to the music, and you celebrate the feminine form, and you sort of dance together, and it's very joyous and very celebratory.
Do you get men come along as well?
So men do belly dance, but my classes are more women focused.
Right. Okay.
So they do a very different style. I suppose you can get transgender as well doing sort of belly dance, but so it is.
So how did you start doing this?
I've always loved dancing. I was never, my parents could never afford dance classes when I was little, but it was in me, it was innate.
Yeah.
I dabbled in lots of different dances. I learned Irish dancing, flamenco, many different things.
So you've done lots.
Yes, and then I stumbled across belly dance, and there was this beautiful, authentic teacher. She was in her 60s at the time, and she still continued to dance into her 70s.
Wow.
The only reason she stopped is because she got dementia, sadly. But
really?
She would still be performing now, so it's not ageist.
So how long ago was that?
So that was about 17 years ago. And I went on to perform with her and then teach as well. So it's now very much part of my life.
It sounds like it. Is it something that's rare, or is there quite a lot of people who do this?
I think there are two other teachers.
I don't think the word rare is the right word, but you know what I mean.
It's probably something you don't come across very often, but when you sort of know about it, you'll start to notice it more.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people do teach it. I think there's two other teachers in the area. I suppose... I'm trying to think of what to say. I'm having a creative block.
That's all right. I've had quite a few of those.
Yeah. I did my training with a lady up in London, and there's a huge movement up there.
Right.
So I trained with Dance Body Mind. So my original teacher was from Stroud in the West Country, so you might recognise the accent a little bit there. I'm from the West Country.
You're from the West Country?
Yes. So she was a very authentic teacher. She used to teach, she used to take people on retreats as well in Egypt.
So you were saying about like the age thing of different people. So it is open to everybody?
Open to everybody, and there's no real age limit. So I think the youngest I've taught a teenage daughter of one of the mums that came. Yeah. And then the oldest is probably up to 60s, 70s retirement So it not only helps your body, it helps your mind. Yes, massively.
Yeah? And how do you incorporate the two? How does that work to get the two working together or separating from each other?
Yeah, what with the wellbeing and the dance. So the tapping, because you're tapping on acupressure points. Yeah. That is relaxing the brain. And when you speak out the affirmations, because your brain is in that relaxed state, kind of like a mild hypnosis, you're able to replant seeds. So, and when you repeat something often enough, it starts to sort of sink in and become a new pattern. So you're forming a new pattern. The act of tapping is very relaxing, so you get into a very focused state.
I've seen things on TV about tapping.
Yeah. It's really good. There's so many different ways of doing it, but in class I particularly work on realigning your kind of energy system, so you're kind of, which is now very... So
you bring people to a very calm place.
Yes, they get very centred into their bodies, And they're able to step away from the chaos of the world for a little bit.
Of which there is quite a bit.
Quite a bit at the moment.
Yeah.
So I feel like it's just lifting their spirits and helping to, like, they always, a lot of them feedback that it sets them up for the week ahead.
Oh, really?
And they're just like, firing on all cylinders and feeling balanced, which, you know, because I think a lot of us spend time in fight or flight now.
Yeah.
The stressor hormones are increasing, and what happens is the brain gets used to producing those hormones, so you have to teach yourself to produce those rest and digest hormones and override it. So it's just because the focus, so the interesting thing about that is the navel was considered the centre of the universe.
Oh, really?
Because it's where all life begins.
Of course.
We all started there.
We did.
Our umbilical cord.
We did.
So even if we're not women, we all started from the... So they always call it the centre of the universe. So a lot of the movements are hip-based. So they call it belly dancing.
So when you're doing the belly dance aspect, is there a lot of energy that you use?
Yeah, we can do. You can be quite full-on.
Full-on, yeah.
I started choreographies quite simple, but they are a little bit more intricate now, so I do keep them on their toes. And there's a lot to remember, and formations.
And do you find that do you help them, that when they go away from your class, you say to them, you might want to be doing this at home and you might want to be doing that?
Interesting question, because I film the choreographies. So when people join the class, they join a WhatsApp group, and I show them the footage of me doing the choreographies as well, so they can practice at home. So it gives them, so if they want to, they can continue through the week to learn what we're learning in class.
Wow. So it doesn't just stop in the classroom.
No, they've got more to
They can take it away.
And I bring dress up.
You bring...
So we often dance with coin belts, traditionally. So you're drawing attention to the hips.
Yeah. I've seen those when we've been in the Middle East.
Yeah.
And we've seen, like, you know, a lot of things that they're put on as a show. But sometimes when I used to work out in the Middle East, used to go to places where it wasn't a show. Yeah. It was actually quite a dramatic thing. And it is dramatic to watch, isn't it?
Yes, yeah. Very different, loads of different variations. And obviously it came from the countryside and of the people. Yeah. And as it moved into Cairo, it became more of a tradition, like more of a westernised influence.
Is there a reason why it started? Or
they used to just dance in community. Dance in a lot of ancient traditions.
So it's purely a dance for everybody to enjoy.
Yeah. A lot of ancient traditions used to dance, and we just do it less and less now. So. And it's such an important part of community and celebration, so it's good to bring it back in and move the body.
And do you find that what you're doing brings people together?
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah. And they get so much joy out of it, and also they get confident in their bodies and learn to love their bodies again. Because there's so much out there that makes us not like our bodies. Yeah,
we're sort of a society now where we're channeled, you've got to look like this, you've got to act like this, you've got to do this. So it's nice to have something which is quite individual.
Yes, we want to be unique and we want to embrace our uniqueness and not become a morph into the same thing. Yeah. When we have this beautiful uniqueness, that you just need to embrace it and enjoy who you are.
Do you get a sense of achievement?
Yes.
When people say...
Oh, it's really rewarding.
When they just one thank you, I should imagine.
Flourish, and to see the effects it has on them and how they feel. Yeah. So we need to spread that as much as possible.
And do you find that you see, from when people first start, a change?
Yeah.
A positive change?
Definitely.
Yeah.
From the beginning, and being quite nervous and awkward to begin with maybe, and not feeling like they can move their bodies in a certain way. You know, there's a confidence that needs to grow.
People can be quite shy. Yeah. Because if you're doing something in a public forum...
You're putting yourself out there, aren't you?
You are putting yourself out there. And the fact you're saying you go to the beach...
Yeah.
I mean, that's right out there, isn't it?
That is. Usually we'll try and do sunrise or sunrise is really good because might be the odd dog walker. Yeah. But we've got the beach to ourselves, and the first time we did it, it was really foggy, and then as the sun burnt through, it disappeared, but it looked like we were in a desert. It was just stunning, and everybody was they were fired up for weeks after that, and I was buzzing. So
you do this every week?
Yeah.
Every week?
Well, when I teach a course, I have a little interim break, so it's not a consistent class, And I have to work term time because I've got a daughter. She's coming up to 9. So, and my partner's a teacher, so I kind of have to have
you got to have
school holidays.
You got to have family.
Yes. So in the summer I might do workshops, but in the summer I wouldn't have a consistent course running. So I usually do a block of a course, have a little break. So I have to come up with the next choreography as well. So I give myself time to do that.
What would you say to anybody who's listening to you now about trying this? What would you say to them?
I think everyone should try it.
Yeah.
Even for the first time. If you're feeling called to dance and move your body, this is something you'll really enjoy, I think. Yeah. And you'll just really get into your body and find that self-love that you deserve.
And do you think it's something that could be there to encourage younger people?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think, and it's really nice that all different ages come together.
Yeah.
And they can work together, and it's really lovely. And often I get as well people, I don't have to get my belly out, do I? And they're like, well, actually, traditionally, no, not at all. Like, you would cover up, actually. It was more of a later tradition when the outfits became less and less. When it became westernised, in fact.
Yeah. And it also, don't get me wrong, it also comes across as quite sensual as well, doesn't it?
Yes. So
is there two sides of it?
There's very snake-like hypnotic movements.
Yeah.
And I suppose as the outfits became less and less, it does show off. You can really show off your feminine form if you want to. Yeah. And also different forms. There are different regions. Turkish belly dance often is like the two. I have performed in like the sort of 2 sets where the belly is very much out.
Are some of them more energetic than others?
Yeah. Oh, There's a lot of really grounded traditional things like stick dances. We dance with veils and props. And the stick dance is almost like a fighting dance.
Oh, really?
Which the women were allowed to. So the men used to do the kind of war dance with the sticks, and the women were allowed to sort of take it and make it their own and add a feminine side to it. But it's very grounded, very earthy. Yeah. And then you've got all these different styles.
So you've mentioned yours is based on Egyptian.
Yes.
How many other countries in the world do this type of dancing?
I suppose it's mainly all the Arabic countries, and where it's really fully traditional. Yeah. But it became westernised and kind of branched out worldwide. So it had quite an American influence in the golden age of the Hollywood era.
Oh, right.
So that's when you would often see it in films.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it spread around the world. And then different fusions came in. So it did become influenced by ballet and flamenco and
got you. So other things.
Yeah, so it started to fuse.
And
they
became
Yeah.
So, but your concentration is on the Egyptian side.
Yeah, kind of one of the origins, the
wellbeing side as well.
Yeah.
So how come you brought the two together? Is that something you did?
Yeah.
You just thought, I'll bring them together.
Why not?
And why not? Yeah. Well, it obviously works because you've been doing it for years.
Yeah. I know the benefits of the tapping and I know the benefits of the dance. Yeah. And I think bringing movement and dance into wellbeing now is quite a big thing. People just need to get into their bodies and shift energy that way as well. So they really combine nicely together. Yeah. It combines really well with yoga. It combines with lots of those.
So it doesn't stop with the belly dance and then the well-being. It goes further. It
can go further. So I've collaborated before with yoga teachers and sound baths and all kinds of different things. So it really works. Wow. You can keep the energy quite gentle.
Do you use the sounds?
I don't personally. I'm not a sound bath teacher, but I know quite a few people that do that. Yeah, so I have combined it, and it's beautiful. It goes really well together.
Is this where you have the bowl, don't you? And
yes. Yeah. You need to have
my son's partner has got those here.
Yes.
She's got them here.
So that vibration is giving you a level. You're bathing in the vibration of the energy.
And that is quite an amazing feeling, isn't it? When somebody does that and they do it properly, you listen, you're like, ooh, this is very chilled, very relaxed.
And you feel so relaxed at the end of it.
Yeah. So saying at the end of one of your classes, how do you finish a class? Do you bring them down?
Yes.
You do, because they've sort of gone up a bit, haven't they?
Yeah. So the energy is rising. We start by sort of balancing the energy. We do the dynamic warm-up. We'll do the technique of the week, and then we'll do the choreography. Right. So we'll work on that. So initially I break it down, then we complete it. Yeah. And then at the end of the class, we'll finish with there's usually 3 rounds of tapping. So I start with 2 and finish with 1.
Yeah.
Which brings everyone back down.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's just a really gentle cool down.
A cool down. Yeah. Which is quite important, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's quite important.
So everyone just releases the back. You've done a lot of work.
And they chill.
Yeah.
That's lovely. So if somebody wants to come along and join one of your classes, how can they do that, Jo?
So the best way to sort of connect with me is probably through my Instagram.
Okay.
And it's Bellydance Balance, what was it?
I'll share that at the end.
Yeah,
Don't worry, I'll make sure that it's on the information page. We all have blanks, don't we? When
oh my God, what is it? Yeah.
So you've got Instagram.
Instagram is where I sort of show my little videos and then I usually post all my classes on there.
Yeah.
And then I usually ask people to connect with me on WhatsApp if they're interested. And that's how we kind of set up.
Because I can share all that at the end of this. I'll put it on my...
Yeah.
On the blurb, as they say, so they can look at the blurb. And you obviously encourage people to do this, don't you?
Yes.
And clearly from what you're saying, your passion is, it's so there. And you know that at the end of the day, you're actually helping people, aren't you?
Yeah.
Which is a lovely feeling, isn't it?
It's a very good feeling.
Yeah. And you use Bleak House, we'd like to say, as a lovely location. And you've got the beach just down the road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great views.
Yeah.
So lucky.
So what do you think of Broadstairs as a town?
So I love Broadstairs. I'm also a cold water dipper, so
are you?
quite often.
Have you done New Year's Day?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I've done that a few
as
times.
often as I can, really, because that's quite grounding as well. Getting into the sea.
Yeah, you could say that. Yeah, you do. you do know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's fun.
Yeah.
But Broadstairs it's a lovely place, isn't it?
Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Love the high street. It's a good community vibe now. Lots of lovely cafes.
Everybody I've spoke to has said that the community vibe here in the last few years has really changed.
Yeah, it's shifted
and people
massively.
are really, and people are friendly, aren't they?
Yeah.
Which is nice.
And I've been here since, probably just over 10 years now. And I've seen the high street transform.
Yeah. Joined the club 10 years.
Yeah. Really, so many cool places to go, lots of beautiful little shops.
Yeah.
And
I think it's developing in a great direction.
Definitely.
And I hear this from the people that I speak to, and everybody's just so positive about being in Broadstairs, and that's what's nice. And you're at Bleak House, doing your classes. Have you got a title for your group? What do you call your group?
I usually just call it Egyptian Bellydance and Wellbeing.
That's it. Yeah. That's fine.
Or Bellydance and Balance.
Bellydance and Balance.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, listen, it's been lovely to speak to you.
Thank you.
And it's been quite fascinating because I've learnt a few things that I would never have known about belly dancing. And also the wellbeing side. And like you say, I've heard of the tapping and I've seen that on TV. So it's quite nice to actually get your insight into that and how it's worked.
Yeah.
So thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
No, it's been brilliant. I've really enjoyed that. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Broadstairs Life. You can follow us on Facebook and various other social media platforms, including YouTube. Thank you for listening.